Moshe Montefiore was one of the richest people, Jewish people, from the 1800s. He used to donate so much to the Jewish community. Jerusalem himself, there is 5 different neighborhoods, like Yemin Moshe and Kiryat Moshe, that it's called on his name. He had his business scheduled that Friday afternoon, everything is shut down. He's not talking to anybody about the business. He's not getting any letters about the business. No matter what it is, everybody knew that you cannot get Moshe Montefiore for anything when it comes Friday afternoon. One of the important noble people from England that all his business he used to do with Moshe Montefiore. Send a messenger one Friday night while Montefiore was sitting with his wife Judith having the Shabbat dinner, and he says, the nobleman said that is a very important business matter, that he can make a lot of money, and it's extremely important that he should come right now. And Moshe Montefiore replied, I'm not going to discuss any weekday stuff when it comes to my Shabbat. Therefore, I won't be able to do it. I went to 1 hour from the story, and there was a very angry letter that came with the same messenger. And he said, if you will not come right now to discuss it, we will never have ever business together. And Moshe Montefiore replied that threats doesn't impress him at all. And the guy, the Moshe Montefiore, would not even open up the letter. And the messenger says, maybe I should open the letter and I will read the letter for you. And Moshe Montefiore said, no. Please, it's my Shabbat, even if it means that I'm gonna lose my business relation with the nobleman. I will not do it for any money in the world. The guy went back. Sunday morning, the same messenger knocks on the door and says that the nobleman would like to see you. In his mind, he may be very angry, but Montefiore himself was very relaxed for what he did. As soon as he gets close to the house, the nobleman walks out of the house, surprising enough, but very friendly, with love, telling him, Moshe, thank you so much. I'll tell you what happened. I had one of the rich people. I told them about you and Shabbat. And the guy says, Jewish people, Shabbat, what are you telling me? The Jews, you can buy off the faith with money. It just depends how much money. And I had a bet with him. And I put the through the test in a very tough way. But because of you, I won the bet. And I want to tell you, not only I will continue to do business with you, I will increase the business with you as much as possible. This Shabbat, we're going to read Parshat Mishpatim. Beginning of the parasha, the Torah starts speaking about Jewish slaves. And the Torah tells you the law, and it says the following. Ki tikneh eved ivri, if you will buy a Jewish slave, how long should you work with this slave? 6 shanim ya'avod, 6 years he shall be your slave. Or bashvihi, when it comes to the 7th year, you have to let him out free. Now let's discuss for a moment what means a slave. The Even Ezra and this parasha says the following: there's nothing out of for a person from being humble and enslaved for someone else. And I give you a plain example. Animal that we have has no say and no control. We pull him, we decide for him, we do whatever we want with the animal. A slave yet is a person, but in the moment it is being sold as a slave, he has a master that tells him when he goes to sleep, when he wakes up, when is he going to eat lunch, when is he going to eat dinner, when he's going to eat breakfast. He tells him how hard he's going to work, and he has no say. And he also tells him what he should speak or he shouldn't speak. He has zero control. This is slave. Comes the Lubavitcher Rebbe and says, we sometimes exactly like this when it comes to our business. Instead, we should control our business. The business seems to control us. We see it in our own daily life. When we're talking about a slave, can be in many ways. For example, do we control the smartphone or the smartphone controls us? This is a question that we should ask ourselves. So the Torah tells us, the Rebbe says, when it says 6 days, 6 years, it symbolizes on the 6 days of the week. So when it comes to sick, we are slave to our physical business. It comes the 7 days, comes Shabbat. Instead, we should stop thinking about our business. The business should not control us. We are fully inside, worry about our business. We talk about our business. We're being controlled by our business. And on this comes the comment from Hashem. When it comes to the seventh year, the 7th day, they say, go out free, go out. And which the point of the Rebbe, if we say it in a very clear way, he says, a Jew, when it comes Shabbat, he has to go out free. For example, we are slave in the modern life of today, means we have no time for anything. We have no time for learning. We have no time for davening. We don't have even time for our family. We don't have time to sit and talk to our spouse. We don't have time to listen to our children. Comes the Torah and says, comes the 7th day. This should be fully dedicated to Hashem. Forget about everything. Forget about your business. Forget about everything. And we can see it from the story from Moshe Montefiore. Even though he was so successful, he made so much money, yet Shabbat, everything stopped. Not only that he didn't lose, he became even richer than before because of his being careful with the mitzvah of Shabbat. We should act the same way when it comes to our Shabbat, fully dedicated to Hashem, to our family, to everything that is holy for Hashem. This will bring us a lot of success in the next 6 days, like we say every Shabbat by davening. When it comes to the prayer Friday night, by the prayer of Lecha Dodi, we say Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'neilcha, Ki I Mekor Abracha, which means we're going forward for Shabbat. Shabbat is the source of the blessing of the whole week. So therefore, let's act and do this way, and we will get all our blessing because of it. Shabbat Shalom.